can you use the product of powers law to evaluate and write equivalent numerical expressions with whole number exponents? A tractor-trailer weighs about 2 to the power of 2 times as much as a small moving truck. The weight limit for Route 9 is 70,000 pounds. Is the tractor-trailer permitted to take Route 9? What expression can be used to show the weight of the tractor-trailer?
Select your answer.
The weight of the tractor-trailer can be expressed as 2 to the power of 14 times 2 to the power of 2. Write the expression in expanded form. This is the expression in expanded form. The expression is equal to 2 to the power of 16. This means that 2 to the power of 14 times 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 2 to the power of the sum of 14 and 2, which is equal to 2 to the power of 16. The product of powers law states that to multiply two powers with the same base, you add the exponents. Conversely, 2 to the power of 16, or 2 to the power of the sum 14 plus 2, can be expressed as 2 to the power of 14 times 2 to the power of 2. You can use a calculator to evaluate 2 to the power of 16. On your calculator, press 2. Then press the exponent button and enter the number 16. Press the equal sign button and evaluate. 2 to the power of 16 is equal to 65,536. The tractor-trailer weighs 65,536 pounds. It can take Route 9 because it is under the weight limit. Using a calculator is an efficient way to evaluate large exponents rather than multiplying.
The total weight of Dina's SUV can be expressed as 1 5/10 to the 21st power pounds. If her SUV weighs 1 5/10 to the 14th power times as much as her bicycle, write an expression that represents the weight of her bicycle. How much does her bicycle weigh?
Okay, so we're going to evaluate this to find out how much her bicycle weighs. So it says if her SUV weighs 1 5/10 to the 14th power times as much as her bicycle, write an expression that represents the weight of that bicycle. So here is the equal. So the total weight will be equal to the 1 5/10 to the 21st power. But this is what I'm trying to find. So I know from the example that if I can, when I'm multiplying bases, which are the 1 5/10, those are my bases. If they are the same, I can just add the exponents. In this case, I don't have that other exponent, but I know the inverse of addition is subtraction. So if I subtract 21 and 14, I will find that my missing exponent is 7. So how much does her bicycle weigh? Her bicycle, well, let's solve it. 1 5/10 to the 7th power. I'm definitely going to use my calculator. And it equals a decimal, actually, 17 point blah, blah, blah. But we just want, it just says how much is the weight, so we're going to use a whole number, and we're going to stick with 17 as the weight of her bicycle.
What is the volume of the interior of the moving truck in cubic inches?
So here is 1 cubic foot is equal to 12 to the third power cubic inches. So all those little squares is equal to this 1 cubic foot. It says multiply the volume of the truck by the conversion factor, which is what I just read. So we see here that the volume is 7 to the third power cubic feet, and the conversion factor is there are 12 to the third power cubic inches in 1 cubic foot. So it shows us here that we multiply, because it says multiply the volume of the truck by the conversion. So we multiply them. Then you break it down, and you have your 7 3 times, and then you have your 12 3 times. And then it says use the associative and commutative properties. So we have 7 times 12, 7 times 12, 7 times 12, which then it becomes 7 times 12 to the third power, since there's 3 of each. And then 7 times 12 is 84 to the third power. So then we would evaluate 84 to the third power, and we get 592,704. And so the power of product law states that to multiply powers with the same exponent, multiply the bases and keep the same power. The volume of the moving truck is 592,704 cubic inches.
A smaller moving truck has a volume of 287,496 cubic inches, which can be expressed as the quantity of 5 5/10 times 12 cubed. What is the volume of the moving truck in cubic feet?
Okay, so now we have to convert from the inches to feet. Last time we were going from feet to inches. So we're going to take okay, so in the example, it told us that the volume V is being multiplied by the conversion factor, which is 12 to the third power, right? So that's what we have here. So 12 to the third power is the conversion factor. And then the volume is going to be, let me choose a different color. The volume is going to be the first number, which is 5 5/10. Well, we see that we have the cube there. So we have our cube to our number. And so the volume of this smaller moving truck would be now 5 5/10 to the third power. And we can evaluate that, and I'm going to definitely use my calculator. So 5 5/10 to the third power is equal to 154 and 495 thousandths in that's feet cubed. Of course, I'm checking my work again, and I realize my calculator is only as smart as my fingers. So I thought I was putting in 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and I did not. So let me correct myself and do it again. So 5 5/10 to the third power is 166 and 375 thousandths feet cubed.
Write an expression that is equivalent to the quantity of 3 squared to the 5th power.
Okay, so we have 3 squared 5 times, which you see there, and then you add all of the exponents of 2, and then that is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and then that's 10, sorry. And so the power of a power law states that to find the power of a power, you multiply the exponent. So in this case, we're going to just multiply 5 times 2. Let's look at our try it.
Write equivalent expressions using the power of a power law or its converse.
All right. So we have 11 to the power of 6 to the power in quantity. The quantity of 11 to the power of 6 to the power of 2. So we would just multiply that, and then that would give us 11 to the 12th power. Then we have B is 3/4 to the power of 5. Okay. So then in this case, we would have 3/4 to the, I'm going to put it in parentheses, to the power of 15. Then we have 3 and 3/10 for C, 3 times 3, or 3 and 3/10. Well, that kind of gives us you the answer right there. I guess with these we would, I guess these want you just to write it in a different way. So you have 3 and 3/10 to the third power, parentheses to the third power. That'll give you 3 and 3/10 to the ninth power as well. Then for D, we have 13 to the power of 2 in parentheses, and then an 8 on the outside of the parentheses.